Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the Ask Mark. I am the Mark in which you shall ask. My name is Mark, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Before we continue, kindly pause this slide, read this in its entirety, and then hit play. Man, so nice for you to read that for me. As a result, I am going to continue with the S marks. I don't give any advice whatsoever, but I give you what I think of the situation for you to make up your own decision. Let's go right into the Ask Mark. Do you guys want to do like a turbo Ask Mark today, where I try to answer it as fast as possible, but try to bring the value, sort of like Micro Machine, like change it up this thing? Like, if it doesn't say Micro Machine, it's not the real thing. I can't talk that fast, but speed run. Yeah, exactly. Operation Warp Speed. Hi, Mark. Hi. Can you give some insight as to how to spot so I can avoid whippy names? They're usually personal. They're usually personal. Zoom is a whippy name. Amazon is a whippy name. So on whippy names, you generally want them to go in your direction right away. I'm trying to learn, but not sure what to look for. I don't know what knowing how the stock behaves means in terms of day trading. Well, a lot of times when you buy a stock, you'll notice that sort of has its own personality. Like certain names act weird, certain names are very hard to capitalize on. I'll give you an example. For some weird reason, I'm having a very difficult time capitalizing on Apple calls because they just simply don't move that much. Yes, I've made money on Apple calls, but like you get the picture. So after before Apple split, it was behaving beautifully and I would crush Apple. We made applesauce. But now, after the split, didn't really do much. Roku is a whippy name too. For example, if someone didn't know Zoom and Roku were whippy names as opposed to say Intel today, Intel was extremely whippy today, disgustingly whippy. Or if you really want to go there as opposed to Apple, that wasn't too whippy. What are some parameters to consider looking into while doing some homework on them in the pre-market? Whippy, the dangerous of whippiness tends to be, for some reason, I cannot understand why Roku tends to give me bad market order fills, like without price improvement. So if you have a $4 bid and a 450 offer and I mark it in, a lot of times I'll get filled at like 445. And if the stock ticks down like 20 cents and I want to sell, I could get filled at like 390. And then it's like, the stock dropped 20, 30 cents, but I lost 50 cents or 55 cents on the options. That effing sucks. That's what I consider as whippy name. So it is a personal thing with a profile. You have to almost feel it. It's like you feel the warmth of Tesla cradling you, cradling you, looking for a little secret spot, you know, pulling up the shirt and giving you your feeding, and then puts down the shirt and it just cradles you. And then you see Roku. It's almost that Roku like, you know, holding the child by the leg upside down by one leg, just walking around like, I got him, like that. That's like Roku. That is like Roku. I don't know. I think I just used a breastfeeding analogy to the way a caveman might hold their baby to explain that to you. But I hope it made sense. What are some parameters to consider looking into while doing some homework on them in the pre-market? You gotta sort of feel their warmth. It's personal. Write down, create a list. I usually avoid them if and when you call them out. I'm focusing on the pre 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time frame for taking trades. Cool. That makes sense to me. Trading on Street Smart Edge. Cool. That makes sense to me. Mark 1 is my favorite strategy. Cool. That makes sense to me. If I listed the characteristics of these stocks as a table, Tesla versus Zoom versus Intel versus Apple to compare, what would stand out to differentiate them as whippy? Um, Apple, when you get a scalp move in Apple, you tend to have to hold it longer through ups and downs in order to make the real money. Same thing with Intel. Tesla might give you better price improvement than Zoom, but Zoom could still be cute as long as you're buying it when it's working right away in your favor, and if you're very quick to sell when it goes against you, as long as it's moving. When Zoom tends to be a little more stable, that's when it's dangerous to market in and out. When it's a little more whippy, you could take a quick gain, a quick loss, and it's a lot easier. Those would be how I would define it based on what I have seen. Okay, that's how. Yeah, welcome, James. I would like to pick a name from the nine charts that is not as whippy to trade. The problem is you're assuming that you know what they're going to look like intraday. So, for example, if you were looking at some of my nine charts today, like Tesla, Amazon, Baba, Zoom, Intel, Shop, and Beyond, like I had no idea today that Beyond would have been the name on my radar that was setting up good all day, would make us money and set up, oh, look, beautiful Mark 5 here, beautiful 5 minute know your limit 8, beautiful pullback here, beautiful next Mark 5 here. Like I was not the one who would be able to tell you that that's what would have happened with Beyond. So by what you're trying to do here, in my opinion, is a very big mistake because you're trying and it's coming from a good place, but you're like, I want to just pick a name that I like and trade it. Well, the problem is a lot of traders do that and they lose money because psychologically speaking, they're like, I want to trade XYZ today because I was watching it in the morning. Subconsciously, stupid minds believe that XYZ owes you some money. When in actuality, XYZ doesn't give an F who you are, doesn't know who you are, and isn't actually a sentient being. It's actually a stock. So instead of just coming out and saying, I'm going to trade the one with the best setup, you're coming out and you're like, you. And, and XYZ is like me. And you're like, you are the one, Neo. And XYZ is like, I have no idea what this guy is snorting. I'm just going to do whatever I want today. Good luck trading me. I am on SSE and paper trading on Thinkorswim. But it is just not the same experience as live, obviously. And just making notes on paper of fills might not help with building muscle memory, seeing most trades need to exit in a flash if it doesn't go the way you want. One of the easiest ways, I can't legally tell anyone to do anything, but one of the easiest ways to make money is if you actually have like above PDT limit account, like over 20, 25,000 plus account, what you could actually do to pay practice is literally tier for one share and practice marketing in and marketing out. You're going to make or lose practically nothing. Like, even if you trade Tesla, what's it going to do? Rip down $3 in your face? All right, I'm down $3 on one share. Like, it's not going to do that. And that helps create the muscle memory. That's a very important thing. That's a very important thing. Okay. And, somebody is talking about you could trade CFDs. That tends to be a European thing, and CFDs tend to be very, 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 very dangerous. I have yet to meet one person in my life, and maybe it's you, who trades CFDs consistently profitable. Consistently profitable. I have yet to meet that person. Why? I don't know. Met over 100,000 traders probably in my life. You tell me why. I've never traded one in my life. It's a good question. Why is an excellent question. The brokers make money, don't get me wrong. It's just the people who trade them, though. And from what I've seen, I'm sure there are people who do make money on them. I just haven't met them. So to build the muscle memory, I've noticed that trading one share, it tends to be the way to go. If you're off a PDT, because you're not going to make a lot when you're right. You're not going to lose a lot when you're wrong. I mean, even if you, what are you going to do? Buy a share of Zoom and it's going to jump up 30 cents or down 50 cents or up a dollar? Like, but that's going to help create the muscle memory. So if I had a PDT account and I was a newbie, I would be practicing with one share. Appreciate the help. You're welcome. I hope you guys found that email useful. I thought it was an excellent email. And, you know, definitely help people. I would say that's the best way to get to the next step of paper trading is trading one share. Considering you're on demo, to go from demo to live, that's the next step. And it's a big step, don't get me wrong. Even if you're not going to make or lose or planning on making or losing a lot of money by trading one share quickly in and out, for example. Hey, Mark, I mean, you buy one share of a $500 stock, you can only lose up to $500 if they file bankruptcy, right? And especially you could only do that really if you're on like a free commission broker as well. Like you can't be somebody who pays per trade because then you're effed. So you have to make sure you're using like a free commission broker when you do that as well. I just want to highlight that because how do you pay? Do you really want to pay 4.95 a trade if you're trading one share? I have to make $4.95 on this stock to move, and then another $4.95 so I can buy and sell it. So this stock has to move 10 points before I make money. I'm having issues with how to attack. Hi, Mark. I'm having issues with how to attack Newsflow. Can you go over your thought process when names are being called out? I generally have the symbol up rather quickly, but I'm not always sure of the direction. Um, okay. It seems like it is generally good news, but I don't want to just jump in. I'm also waiting for the stock to move in the correct direction. Should I just enter right away before any movement? I can't legally tell you to enter any security. I also pass when I see wide markets like snow today. So what I did in snow today is I literally pikered 20 option contracts. So snow had there was some positive news here in snow today, which I interpreted positively at least, and it ended up working. And this is what happened in snow. It started exploding up here. I bought 20 contracts and the stock pretty much spiked up 4.5 points in 2 minutes. This is a 1 minute chart here in Snowflake, like so many of you people here. And it jumped up 4.5 points and I was able to make money. I was able to make a decent chunk of money. I think I had 20, was it maybe 30 calls? I don't remember exactly, but it was a quick trade and it was bullish. If I bought it and I was wrong, I probably would have lost a couple grand, 1,500, 1,000, 500. I'm not exactly sure what I would have lost, but I'm guessing it would have been in that range. A lot of the things that I try to just be in early, and if I'm wrong, I take the loss, and if I'm right, I take the gain, and it's that simple. You trying to sit there and analyze a situation, um, is usually you probably just have to get more acclimated to it. So, for example, if I say there's sexy terms in news flow that have been working recently, in my opinion, electric vehicle, the word electric vehicle, the word lidar, um, not the word vaccine. That used to be a sexy term, not anymore. It used to be like the money shot right there. Like if you heard the word something positive with vaccine, forget about it. The stock would shoot up and get halted. And cryptocurrency, right? Anything with blockchain or cryptocurrency or something like that is a very sexy term nowadays. So if you hear anything with crypto, electronic vehicle, or lidar in the news, they've tend to been moving up. So and in terms of interpreting it, like if I say, today there was some, I believe, LiDAR news and microvision. I'm not sure how much money I made on this, but I believe I made thousands of dollars if I remember correctly. So there was LiDAR news here in microvision, and in 2 minutes it went from 640 to 688 on massive volume, and over 2 million shares of volume today. The news flow was something with, I'm sure I could probably find it if I look. See, just take a quick look. Uh, Let's take a quick looky. And all right, so yes, so the microvision, here was the news on microvision. Now, the microvision news was right over here. That their shares ticked higher as the company granted a US patent titled variable phase scanning lidar system. So they got a patent. Do I know what a variable phase scanning lidar system is? No. Do I know what a US patent is? Yes. Usually US patents are not a big deal. I tend to downplay that. However, there is one key word to notice here. Do you guys see what that is? You guys see what that is? LiDAR. LiDAR. So I don't know, I didn't really care what all this was. I cared about the keywords I pulled out was microvision. It was granted a US patent, which means they were given something. Here you go, which is I interpret as bullish. And there was the word LiDAR. So I saw microvision, granted, LiDAR. And you put those three words together as fast as humanly possible, and you'll be able to see exactly why I like that play. So what happened after that is the stock exploded. And that's why I liked microvision. Okay. Um, and you have to sort of be fast if you are planning on buying it at the same time as me because I'm sort of just reacting. I also pass when I see wide markets like snow today. That's fine. You're not obligated to take anything. Do you ignore spreads for news flow? Sometimes. You see, even though snow had like a 40, 50, 60, 70, maybe cent spread in the option, I know snow can move dollars. To me, I know if I'm right in snow, this stock went from 304.58 to 311.62. This stock moved 7 points in 3 minutes. That's why I didn't mind watching snow. See? That's why it was cool to watch snow. One moment. Okay. Um okay. Thanks for all your help. Great questions. You are very welcome. Hmm. Somebody just sent me this. I drank the Kool-Aid. The title is This Must Be the Place. I drank the Kool-Aid. Hey Mark, I've been trading for over 20 years. Originally started trading for the funds to assist abused children. God bless you. Since my daughter was victimized, I'm very sorry to hear that. At a young age, attorney fees killed me. If you guys don't understand, if you're watching right now and you do not understand how hard that is to write, let me tell you that is one of the most horrific, terrifying things that anybody could write in an email. All right? And to build a future for my family. I began when level 2 had just become available for retail. Over the time, years of income has gone to losses, gurus, rooms, settlements, inheritance, etc., blown up many times, definite trader PTSD. Here's the cost. Bankruptcy, home, 401ks. Went to my home auction and rented my home back from the buyer after living in it for 25 years. At times the gains were large, then gave back and more. Due to health issues, I am disabled and unable to work. That's it for the toxicity part of the letter. Thank you for sharing where you came from and what a horrific story you're telling. Here's the bright side. Charting and all that goes with it, and somewhat of a techie. After being a tradesman for 35 years, all ready to buy a new home, my wife still loves me and believes in me. Awesome woman. Changed my life. That ended years of intense physical pain management. Meditation, acupuncture, chiropractic, diet, exercise, MMC card. What is an MMC card? What is an MMC card? It's a multimedia card. I don't know what that is, but it's probably something else. Been following videos quite a while. Moved my modest IRA to Schwab at the end of November to get ready for the life I dreamed of. Since then, my account is up 51%. I am in the open house. It is my body reacting even before my mind can execute. This is like a flare that's been shot off, showing me the way brightly. Green today. I will soon be a daily member. Thank you for helping me feel the excitement again and contributing to my family. Thank you so much for the beautiful email. I'm so glad that you're enjoying what we're doing here. And we are going to be here for you every step of the way that I humanly am allowed to be here for you every single step of the way, as will the members around you in our service, in our family. Thank you for sharing your story. Hi, Mark. I joined your open house this week and have been tuning into the 7 p.m. Q&A sessions. Really enjoyed your open house so far, and I'm starting to understand your strategies better. However, I'm experiencing enormous losses this week due to execution at ask or market price on my platform and trying to catch up with your speed when you execute. I'm using Thinkorswim platform. One example was Jumia, where I entered at market price, but due to volatility, I bought in at a much higher price because I wanted to get into the trade. It executed, and then I saw my P&L was instantly down $1,000. Jumia didn't go up enough to offset, and you sold less than a minute into the trade. So as I sold well, I was down mid 900s. I notice I experienced a few losses this week due to trades like Jumia. How can I improve this or get better at this? Thanks, Mark. Love your news feeds. All right, question for people in the room. This is Thinkorswim notorious for bad fills? Is Thinkorswim notorious for bad fills? Neilon says yes. Green Bull, yes. Hepcat, yes. Mia, yes. Caroline, yes. Ryan, yes. Access Richard says no. Other Ryan says yes. Bootsian says no. Hernan says yes. Nick says no. Yes, no, okay. Yes, it's horrible. Yes, I would switch to SEC immediately. That's a yes, yes, no, sometimes, depend. So we're getting a lot of mixed answers. Usually when I get mixed answers like that, the answer is your platform sucks. For you, maybe not for someone else. For you, it sucks. Jumia does tend to give you very choppy fills. By the way, um, I don't believe. Did I trade Jumia today? I don't even remember. Maybe I did, but maybe I think it was the other day. Um, you might. I can't tell you what to do. In my opinion, if I was running through that, I would look to change to a platform that other people believe in. Um, here's an email. Mark, I believe there's an error which must be misleading to all your new customers. I'm also on trial this week. Look at the open and close on both candles. I'll tell you the book it's in. If you don't know where it is, I'll need to search. Regards. Um, hmm. So, huh? There's an error which must be misleading to all your new customers. He's sharing a slide like this. Uh, high, low, open, close, high, low, open, close. Bulls win, bears win. Okay. I guess I agree with both those statements. Do your new members get access to this? Did you guys get access to this? What do you mean? Oh, the left one is wrong? Oh, because it says open close in the wrong spot. Oh, this isn't my educational material. I see. So, are you I'm sure this is maybe someone else at T3. So obviously it shouldn't say open and close here. Obviously it should say, open. God, that font is small. Maybe it should say like, open over here and close over here. I think that's what you're asking. All right, cool. Um, nice. You even get a trophy when they win. It's pretty hot. Feel like I'm playing Super Mario Kart again. Yeah, so obviously, T3, please change the open and close on the left candle. Okay, thank you for the email. I'll forward it to customer service and info. I got you. And I'll tell them what's wrong. Thank you for your email. Next. Thank you for the open house. My friend Elliot, who's been in for some 9 months, encouraged me to check it out, and I'm very glad I did. I'm grateful to him and you both for what I've learned and the excellent opportunity. I also told my recent college graduate son about it, and he's interested as well. In short, I'm in. Seriously, welcome to our family. It will take me a bit to get together what I need to arrange a decent amount of money to start with, a better computer setup, etc., and then I'll sign up. Thank you again and looking forward to joining the team. Awesome. Mm, Next. Hi, Mark. Hey, brother. Hope you are well, sir. Thank you. I only took trades you were in or watching. I only front run trades based on your guidelines. I never trade after 11 a.m. My losses roll caught very short and they pretty much always under $1 to $200. I followed all my rules today. I focus on only taking smart trades and I don't feel emotion. Then after the day is done, I investigate the results to see if there's anything wrong that can be improved. I lost $2,672 today. The fills were fine with Schwab. My losses mainly due to stall front run losses and very little wins. I had 9 winners, 18 losers, mostly on Tesla today, which used to be one of my best names. I can now officially state that I am losing money overall doing this process in the long run. I classify all my trades specifically based on the C strategies. All categories are losing money. One thing I noticed was that when you took the same front run losses, but then somehow you got all your losses back over doing the same exact trade. So clearly there's something you're different doing that's so different. The issue is that there is nothing that I can find to improve. Thus, I throw myself at the mercy of your court, sir. One thing I know about you is that you will help any lost sheep if it is at all possible. Your heart is pure. It has always been my dream to be like you and all the great people in this room that are making so much consistent money. Please be honest and tell me if there may be just a lack of gifting on my part, such that someone with my makeup is unable to receive your gifts. I am totally okay with that. The truth is the only thing that can set me free. I was hoping you could take a look at my Schwab trade log from today. Is there anything you can identify where I could improve? I promise I will take it to heart and adjust immediately. Okay, sir. Um, all right. You traded Tesla, Beyond, ABNB, Zoom. All right. It would be so for future reference, like I have no idea what strategies you did, but just telling me like where you got filled, um, doesn't really help. And not only that, you didn't even. All right, you did tell me where you closed. So buy to open, sell to close. I see. So you made on Beyond, you made on Beyond, you broke even on Beyond, you did fine in Beyond, you tried Tesla, 865 calls. All right, you lost a little, you lost 19 cents. You then traded Baidu, you made 80 cents. Then you took a bunch of losses at the 860 level on Tesla. I see. So what happened today was obviously you wrote this email prior to me doing the video. In the future, just show me your Schwab email and tell me the strategy you're doing next to it. Now, in terms of today, there was a whole private lesson that we did in the room regarding what happened today with Tesla. I will tell you, yes, I did have one of my lower end days in a while. I did have one of my lower end days in a while, and it was all because of this 860 level here that was really between 1015 and 1033. So if even just going back to your results here, like I could see like your Tesla right over here. Let's see the time of day. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and you even did it upside down. I see. All right. So if you see right over here on your Tesla, it's all between, right over here, your loss is 1015 to 1033. I get that. There was something that I actually tweaked today. Just, I know it's not supposed to make you feel better, and even though I did have a okay day, lower than my average, I'm guessing, I probably lost 15 to $20,000 in right around that time frame. Now, I could see clearly you were taking 5 contracts. Imagine if you were in 30 or 40 or 50 or 60. I think you sort of get the picture. That was a unique scenario, which something happens at a $10 level, and I literally created a new educational video, which I made prior. I know you wrote this email prior to me making the video. Watch the video. And also, please next time share the strategies in which you're doing, because I'll promise you with the strategies you did not do the C strategies. How do I know you didn't do all the C in that 10:15 to 10:33 time frame? Prove me wrong. Prove to me that every single one of the trades here you did were part of the C strategies. Now, I'll self-admit right now that I didn't execute all the C strategies there either, but I'm in a little bit of a different boat. So if you're asking me how did I make money today, and an upper mid four-figure day for me, let's call it, um, it was the news flow that bail, and I said it during the day, like all the time, like the news flow bailed my butt out today. So I was up low end 5 figures before that 10:15 level about. So by the first 45 minutes, I had a 5-figure day. And then what happened to me was I dropped. I literally, for the first time that I can remember in a long time, I went from 5 figures, I kid you not, guys, to like negative, I'm making it up, it was about negative $780 if I remember correctly, somewhere around there today. I was up 5 figures. So up, let's call it above $10,000 to negative $780. Then I closed the day, you know, a little higher because of the news flow. So I understand what you're saying. There was actually a very important lesson to be learned today from that situation. And if I look in the morning, let's see what you did. Um, you bought at 14.6, just, and I'll copy and paste just to let other people see and just blow it up, because um, it would be better if you shared with me instead of on a spreadsheet, if you just took a screenshot. If you just literally took a screenshot of your trades and then wrote the strategy next to it, because now I can't even analyze your strategies. But that would be my advice for future. But let's just look. Here's where you first trade in the morning, 9:36. You bought at 14.65 on Zoom. You sold 70-cent profit. You bought Baidu. You sold 20-cent profit. And 20 cents is $20 per contract. So you got 2 contracts. You made $40. You had 1 contract. You made $70. Here you made a 21-cent profit on 5 contracts. It's $105. Here you made a penny and a half on 12 contracts. You made, $18 or whatever. Right over here you lost $33. Then you made $16. Then you lost $7. Then you lost $5. 5 cents on 20 contracts. That's losing $100, losing $35. You lost 10 cents on it. So you're losing on Airbnb. You make on Zoom. You lose on Airbnb. You make in Beyond. You make in Baidu. Airbnb is a real female dog to trade sometimes. It really is. I know you only lost 35 bucks. I know you only lost 35 bucks on this trade. I get it. It's not like it's in perspective. I'm just telling you my experience, and then you lost 150 bucks on it later. And then right over here you traded Boeing, which I don't think is a terrible loss. You took, $100 loss there in Boeing. And then you lost 75 bucks on Tesla. But what happened? And then you lost on Airbnb again, 35 bucks. And pretty much, all right, so it's 10:10 a.m. now. 10:10 a.m. You make 27 cents on 5 Tesla contracts. You make 135 bucks. It's 10:12. You lose 23 cents. You lose 115 bucks. Then over here, you literally make just 5 bucks. It's 10:13. And then over here, you lose 24 cents on 5 contracts. You lose 120 bucks. And then over here, 10:14, you open up this trade. You sell it exactly at 10:15, and you make 85 bucks. But here's where the shit show happens, for lack of a better term. 10:15 hits right over here. Your first trade right over here, and I'll just read it off. You lose 15 cents on 5 contracts. Next trade, you lose. It's all 5 contracts. You lose 13 cents. You make a nickel. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh, right over here. Sorry, buy to open, sell to close. Right over there, you lose 50 cents. Then you lose 77 cents. Then you switch to Beyond, you make money. You switch over to Amazon, you lose a little money. And then right back to Tesla between that 10:15 and 10:33, you break even, you lose 59 cents, you lose 30 cents, and then you jump over to Baidu where you make 80 cents. Then you go back to Tesla. So the Tesla thing, I don't want to call it a fluke. It doesn't happen often, but we actually created a strategy today. Um, we actually, um, we actually addressed it today in a full educational video. I know it's easy to be down on yourself. I think you just recently switched over to Street Smart Edge. Am I right in saying that, brother? Is that correct? Say it in room or not, that's fine. Either way, I think you just recently switched over, if I'm not mistaken. But I would keep trying it. I can't tell you to legally trade or not, but I wouldn't let it drag you down. I'd watch the educational video and see if there's something that you want to grow for. And no, I do not personally believe that you are someone who is not gifted like other amazing gifted people here in this room. I don't believe that for 1 second. Hey, Mark. I've been part of the open house and I'm about to become a member. I'm a brand new trader and I feel I am behind the rest of the people here because they all seem to have some sort of trading experience. That's true. If you're new compared to someone with experience, experience is a very valuable tool. Okay. What I lack in experience, I plan to make up with hard work and discipline. My question to you is when I buy your membership tonight or tomorrow on the annual, should I also add the bandit and algorithm courses? I think they're important. I think just remember on the bandit courses, try not to focus on the strategies because strategies change. But the psychology for the bandit course and the OODA loop is priceless. Also, if you like to learn how I do the trend lines I do, that's up to you. Then take the algorithm course. If you said, I'm never going to draw a trend line ever, I don't like the way you do it, even though your trend line nailed the bottom of the triple Qs today and you put in the level the night before, I don't want to learn that, and that's fine, and I can respect that, then don't take the algo course. But the bandit course for the psychology, I highly recommend. The algo course, if you want to draw a trend line, I obviously highly recommend. It's the best trend line course on the planet, in my opinion. I'm biased, right? I'm asking because I feel I'm way too inexperienced and they're designed for more advanced traders. I know you can't tell me what to do exactly, but I'm looking for your opinion. That's my opinion. By the way, I used your Mark 1 and 5 today on my official first day of trading and went 4 for 5. I look forward to growing with everyone in this community. Congratulations on a profitable day. Congratulations on a good trading day. My advice is take advantage of the courses and take your time learning them and ask questions as you go. Be like, Mark, I took your algo course. Can you tell me if this trend line is correctly? Mark, on the psychology part of the OODA loop, maybe you won't have questions, and maybe you will. Ask away. Hey, Mark, I recently joined the Newsbeat Live family, and I'm loving the material. Throughout the past couple of months, I've been doing a ton of studying. This program has really helped me see how the foundational knowledge you can learn in a book, what the anatomy of the market is actually applied when you're actively trading. An issue that I've run into more and more recently is feeling stressed when I'm not actively studying. It almost feels like I'm wasting time. Bro, you sound like every single one of my Asian friends, and I have a lot of them. Even if it's time that I've set aside the day for me to relax and decompress before returning to work, bro, you are a hard worker. You see, it's funny. All right. Um, I'm not sure if these are early signs of being burnt out. They're not. You are like motivated beyond belief, which I surely want to avoid, or if it's because this is a new venture and I feel more pressure because I'm working towards something I'd like to do as a career. Maybe, could be a little anxiety. The psychological lessons we teach here will help you get over this. There's nothing wrong with studying, just study the right material. I'm not entirely sure how to address this issue, psychology being part of our psychology parts, and make sure we'll go over a lot more of it during the weekend. But I would like to build any better habits before they start to affect my mentality while trading. Very intelligently, very well said. Um, Booth is like, Mark, is that you? It's our chief rotational officer. These are, many companies have a CEO, many companies have a CFO, a lot of companies have a CIO, but how many companies have a CRO? That's my point. See, right here. He is the crow, exactly. If you have any tips, that'd be fantastic. Thanks for all you do. I actually have a ton of tips, and you're going to learn them through the psychology as you go along. Um, and then you're going to, be able to apply a lot of them. I can't just give you like hours and hours of education now. I've created a lot of videos, but I'm going to be going over a lot of those things again and again for people in more of a real-time setting. You have a positive mentality. I respect what you're saying, and I think you're going to be fine with your dedication and motivation, is my humble opinion. I wrote last week saying one of my accounts has passed the $25,000 limit so I can trade without the PDT limit. I tried a few trades over the week going in and out as quick as I can to make a profit, waiting for the setup and pulling the trigger and selling at a profit. Essentially, I was trading Tesla and Amazon and waiting for a setup, nothing fancy, just consolidation and breakout. You called a few trades and I took many more. The big issue is I'm trading with Thinkorswim options. I have to use one screen to get an option price and move to a buy screen, then a verify trade screen, then once I buy, I have to sell at market screen, then a verify trade screen and pull the trigger. You know how I buy something? Oh crap! Click, I'm in. Oh my god, I need to exit. Click, I'm out. You know how you have to buy something? You're standing in line at the supermarket checkout aisle and you're eyeing the woman in front of you who has you're on like the express aisle, like 15 items or less. And you're eyeing the woman in front of you and like son of a gun, that woman has like 30 things of yogurt. Each one of those yogurts count as one item. Why is she on the express line? Get your butt over on the real line so I can move along. And she's sitting there, with her ass at you, her back towards you, just putting stuff on the register. And you're sitting there like, this is like a 15 item limit, woman. And you're like, do I say something? And then you're looking at the cashier, like the cashier isn't saying something. She's just doing her job and just packing the goods. And then you just continue going and going. And then finally, when you get to the register, you're like, here you go. It's like, boop, boop. It's like, it's like, would you like to give $1 to the children? And you're like, no! Like, oh, all right, no. And then you swipe your credit card, you get your bags, and you leave. That's the process in which you are going through in order to buy or sell a security. I have known you for years. I can't tell you what to do, but I will ask you, why the Ford Motor Company are you not on Street Smart Edge? I'm sure you have a good answer. I'm sure you, at this point, for years of not doing it, you easily have the best answer I've ever heard. But here's my opinion. Here's my opinion. You are comfortable with Thinkorswim. It's been that warm feeling to log in, you know where everything is. You know what it's like? I used to be the person who would never upgrade their cell phone. That was Mark Melnick. Mark Melnick used to be the person who would never upgrade their cell phone. I'd be the person who had the pull-out keyboard with a physical keyboard to type. I was the person who was like 3, 4 years late on getting like an Apple iPhone. Like I was that person. And it was comfortable. I was used to it. It was cool. It felt good to just like slide my thumb out and like push out the keyboard from the phone. And it was like sort of like that motion. And I sort of liked it. It felt good. Then I realized change, not always, but in this case, was a very good thing, a very healthy thing. And I was maybe afraid of it because I don't like to fix that which is not broken. But what I realized is with an iPhone, I could type faster, I could move faster, and I was more efficient. I humbly believe you could do the same with Schwab. I can't tell you to download Schwab, I won't. But I will tell you that is why I think you are sticking with a subpar layout on a platform that many people use to make money. And I can't tell you how to design that layout. But I can tell you how I personally designed my Street Smart Edge layout. See the difference? Today I traded 104 times, not a quick in and out. Hmm. Let me see. I have so many responses here. One is, were you scalping? Two is, were you holding several positions at once? And three is, that's what she said. So let's see. How am I going to answer this? Not a quick in and out. That's what she said. Today I traded 104 times and I made about $1,700 using the same money over and over again. Very cool. I've been using a cash account in Schwab. Oh my God! You are using Schwab. I was trying to tell you that, Mark. Very cool. I've been using a cash only account in Schwab and I have to stop when I trade my account, which is steadily growing and is up to $7,500 from $1,500. Holy shit, brother! You're doing it! Finally! After all these years, I resonated with you. I mean, let's see what else you have to say. You said Boof could do it, so call me Boof22. All right. First of all, don't you ever refer to yourself as Boof the Second. There's only one Boof. That name is reserved permanently. We do not allow the duplication of our chief rotational officer. Could you imagine if Amazon literally hired somebody named Jeff Bezos II? Do you think he would get a job at Amazon? Jeff Bezos would be like, mm-mm, nothing personal against you, bro. We just can't have that name floating around there. There's only room for one of them. I'm gonna call you. I'll call you Double D. I'll call you that. Anyways, I don't have a setup to trade options in Thinkorswim that's easier. If anyone does, let me know why. Why do you want a Thinkorswim layout that helps you trade options easier when you just quintupled your account? I'm using my stock account and I figure I'd give it a try. It's a lot of work. It took me all day, but hey, I may go back to the morning only after 3, but it's nice to know I can do it. Here's my trade list. Start at the bottom and work up. The average trade was 30 seconds. Not a fast method. Hmm? Is this okay? What's your opinion? I don't know what you mean by not a fast method. You don't share your strategy, yet you want me to know how I feel. Please add your strategy so I may dissect your trades and not try to figure them out in real time on a live broadcast. I do see 1700 though. I'm sure you'll add it next time. I love you, brother. My opinion is, why fix that which is not broken? My thoughts are, holy crap, you just became a scalper for the first time on one of the choppiest days and you made 1700 bucks. My question is, why are you calling JG Wentworth? Do you really need money now? That's my question. And the answer is probably no. You're doing a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. The time is at the point 10 minutes past where my wife is going to make me sleep outside on the car. I'm going to bring a warm blanket because it's freezing in the great state of New Jersey. From the bottom of my heart, I hope you guys enjoyed this Ask Mark session. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. If you're interested, links in the description. Last day of the open house. That's okay. Last day of the open house. For most of you, it's going to be the first day of the rest of your life. We look forward to serving you. We'll see you tomorrow.